Hope you're doing well. All those folks that are like battling Hurricane Florence right now and holding down everything and trying to maintain your lives and everything, my heart goes out to you. Just hope, and my prayers. So, hope you're doing well and, hang in there. And Jonathan W., definitely hang in there. You're too good to be gone, man. You contribute too much. So, anyway, on with the show here, as they say. So, let me turn the camera around. Let me show you something real quick. A little bit of information. Now, back in the day, before everybody had aluminum valve covers and everything else, a lot of valve covers were made of sheet metal, steel. Now, as you can imagine, sheet metal and steel, this stuff will bend very easily. And if we look right here, you can see how that this surface right here is like bent up and twisted and everything else. As a matter of fact, you can see it really easy right here. See how this is touching, but then the rest of this isn't? And on up through here, it's like that. So this is going to need some straightening. And these valve covers were leaking tremendously bad. And lots and lots of silicone and other stuff like that had been applied to them in an effort to keep them from sealing. They'd been over tightened. This particular valve cover I've went through, and I have actually, this one here has been welded. That was not me. Just let me make that a note there. But this one has already been, these bolt holes were pushed out down like this, so they were pushed out and to the point of where they were actually pushing the valve cover up off of the head, which is not good, of course. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be straightening this out, taking out this dent so that this all lays flat and bringing this back straight. And up here too as well, I'm going to straighten this up so that this engine will not leak. So anyway, but this is for you Ford, this is for all of us who were big into the older muscle cars and stuff like that, and you're having trouble with your valve covers leaking and stuff like that. You can go through and you can actually go through and straighten. It's kind of hard to see on the camera, I know, but you might be able to get just a little look at that bolt hole. If you see how it's kind of pushed out right there, matter of fact, it's easier to feel it, just trust me. There's a little bit of a ridge or a rise right there. That is not a good thing. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to take that out, okay, because that's going to keep the valve cover from sealing. Now, I apologize if the noise gets to be kind of loud, but I'm going to do this one-handed while I'm holding the camera, okay? So let's see here. So you want to tap that with a hammer and then try to straighten that back out. I'll tell you what, let me set the camera. Yeah, now we're back. Sorry. Had a little phone call from my daughter. Anyway, let me set the camera up here so you can see a little bit better about what I'm doing. I would put it on the table, but I'm afraid it'll just jar around, but I'm going to try it anyway. Let's see. Oops. Yeah, okay. There we go. All right. Now we got the valve cover here. All right. And what you want to do is you want to try to put this thing on a nice solid surface so that you can hammer on this. Now you can also do this with a dolly as well, or a couple of hammers. Okay, so what we can do, we've got one hammer underneath. Whoops, sorry about that. See, I've got one hammer here underneath the valve cover. Okay, yeah. And then I'm going to put one on top of the valve cover. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to straighten out that little place there where the bolt has been over tightened. Whoops, sorry about that. See what I was doing? Okay. But anyway, you see now this is nice and level with the rest of the surface right there. So now this won't be pushing the valve cover, pinching the valve cover, or pinching the gasket, I'm sorry, and pushing the valve cover up off of the head. This will now seal a lot better than what it was before. Of course, I'm going to go through and clean all this and make this all nice and pretty and clean, so it seals really good too. But that is what I wanted to give you a little insight on, and hopefully a little information that you can use on your own. Like I said, you know, if you've got something with a sheet metal valve cover, most of us muscle car guys, you know, older school stuff, I guess you could say, old school stuff, this is what we'll do. So, here we go, straighten this one out just a little bit. Gotta check the camera, make sure it hasn't flopped over. And while it looks like the hammer is the preferred tool here, it's not always the case. You know, sometimes there's a variety of different tools you have to use in order to get these things straight. A vise wouldn't be a bad idea either, just to hold the valve cover in place while you're manipulating certain particular tools or something like that. Let's see, straighten this one up right here. I've got a nice little straight edge here on the end of this table. I think will work really, really well. I'm going to put you all right here if I can. Whoops. Got a little unlevel surface right there. Okay. Now hopefully you can at least get some idea of what I'm talking about. Some idea of what I'm doing. Let's see. Ah, yes, here we go. Here we are. Basically, what you want to do is you want to push this dent out. It's just like working sheet metal on anything else. You just want to make sure your surfaces are nice and straight and smooth. So here's what we're going to do. That's better. That's better. See, it still doesn't look fantastic, I know, but this here's been kind of twisted out. I'm going to straighten that up right now. So we'll just take the little pliers here, channel lock style pliers, slip joint pliers if you want to be. I'm sure they probably make a special tool just for this, but you know, use what you got. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Use what I got. So, oh man, oh that's so nice, so much nicer. Yeah, see, right there. Okay. Now, yeah, there's still a little imperfection right there. I've got still a little bit of a dent right there. I can see. I'm going to work on that just a little bit more. Oh man, yeah, that's even better. Getting better, ain't it? All right. Well, let's see. What else? Oh, we got a little dent right here. A little dent right there. Yeah, see. You want those, try to get those as straight as possible, because when they are nice and straight all the way down, you know, you can just eyeball them, and that will get you pretty darn close right there. But once they're nice and straight all the way down, all the way around, even when these things were produced back in the day, these are from like a 69 Ford F100. You know, even when they're produced back in the day brand new, they probably weren't perfect even out of the box. So there you go. But let's see, I think some of this here, this how this is twisted down, I think I can bring that back with a pair of pliers. So here we go. Just very carefully, we're just going to massage the metal, just gently maneuver it. And that's all we're going to do. We're just going to gently move it around and get it in shape. Get it more like what we want, which I think that's got us right there. Okay, got a little dent out right there. I'm going to straighten that out. That's going to take almost nothing. So, yes, now if you've got like a hammer and dolly, this is really good. But I'm not at home, I'm actually at my job. That's better. I hope you notice what I'm doing is I'm taking small but powerful blows to the metal to get it in the shape that I want it in. More in this case, the shape it needs to be in order to keep the oil from leaking out of the engine. Which that's basically that's the name of the game. We want the oil to not leak out of the engine. Okay, so now some of you might be able to guess exactly what this came off of because it says Power by Ford. I'll let you have a little look-see. Okay, turn the camera around. Here we go. This 390 cubic inch FE engine. Now, one of the easy ways to tell the FE apart from some of the other Ford engines, of course, like with all Ford V8s, they've got this distributor up front. But one easy way to tell, look right here. Your valve cover covers not only the cylinder head, but part of the valve, the intake manifold, and your push rods actually go through the intake manifold. So this is pretty neat. They call this the FE engine, which stands for Ford Edsel. There's tremendous amounts of information about this engine. There was even a version of this engine that was in the Ford GT40, a 427 cubic inch, I believe, and there was also a 427 cubic inch in the Shelby Cobras. This family of engines grew as large as a 428, and was a real house of an engine. Unfortunately, nowadays, they're almost forgotten about. But the truck, let me give you a little tour of the truck here. The truck, yeah, I know the front sheet metal's missing. We've got it right over there, see, just right over there. But the front sheet metal is all missing. But we're going to put that back on probably Monday. But we've got all of this nice, straight, solid sheet metal everywhere. This one here is getting new rear brakes, new rear wheel cylinders, already done, all that. Transmission service, new seal on the transmission, gasket filter, all 9 yards, new exhaust manifold gaskets. But you can see this is a nice old truck. And if you're not a Ford fan, well, you know, I just love the way that they did the Ranger XLT, you know, the white, red, white, and blue, but they also got the wood grain in the trim there, which I think is just so cool. So anyway, then a nice chrome bumper. Yeah, okay, some of the chrome's coming off. Yes. But hey, it's a 50-year-old truck. You know, still a nice old truck. Still a lot of people would snap this up in a heartbeat. Anyway, just thought I'd share this with you. Oh, have a look at the interior. Give you a little quick look in here. This is so nice. So nice. Look at that. Look at the wood grain there on the dash and the door panels. And look at there. Even the wood grain in the add-on air conditioning. Yeah, this thing has air conditioning. Doesn't work right now, but it soon will. Look at the seat there. Yeah, of course it's a bench seat, but it's a nice bench seat. That looks like something you'd see LTD or a Lincoln from 1970, I guess. But yeah, this thing's cool. So anyway, all right. Just thought I'd share this with you, share a little information with you, and hope you're having a good day. And turn the camera right here. Anyway, I thought hope you're having. Again, my heart goes out to all of you all there, out there, this fighting this Hurricane Florence. I hope it's not as bad as some of them. Okay, I hope you're not having too bad of a time with it. Okay, my prayers are going out to you too. All right, thank you. God bless. Have a good one. As soon as I can figure out how to stop this.